After working with 178 plus video production companies doing 250,000 and above over the last 8 years, I've identified a pattern that stops 90% from scaling predictably. And later, I'll reveal the one question that immediately tells you if you're bleeding opportunities without knowing it. Today, I'm sharing the exact pipeline system that transforms chaotic lead management into predictable revenue generation for established production companies. Here's what I see consistently. You get inquiries, you have great conversations, you send proposals, and then you wait and wait. Does that sound familiar? You're managing leads in your head or on spreadsheets or through scattered email threads. Meanwhile, qualified prospects are slipping through the cracks because there's no systematic follow-up in place. I know it's a harsh reality, but most 250K plus companies I work with are sitting on a gold mine of pipelines they don't even know exists. Let me share exactly what happened during a recent VBA Elite call. One member was struggling with lead management. When I asked, how many opportunities are currently in your pipeline? He went quiet. Then he sheepishly said, 2 or 3 people I'm talking to, but he couldn't give specifics. That's when we discovered the real issue. He was confusing inquiries with opportunities, and he had no systematic way to track or nurture either. But here's what changed everything. The first breakthrough is clarity around pipeline terminology. An inquiry is someone who's made initial contact. Maybe they've filled out a form, maybe they've called you, maybe they met you at a trade show and you exchanged details. That's just first contact. A warm lead is someone you've had a meaningful conversation with and they've established they actually need what you offer. An opportunity is someone in serious discussion, qualified, actively considering moving forward with you. Here's why this matters. I showed my client our own VBA pipeline system. Instead of a few leads, we could see exactly 50 plus people at various stages of the nurturing process. People who had requested info, attended webinars, or expressed interest in some way. And the revelation, without this clarity, you can't predict revenue, you can't prioritize follow-up, and you can't optimize conversion rates. But knowing your stages is just step one. The real power comes from systematic nurturing. The second principle is active management versus hoping prospects remember you. Here's what one of our most successful members does. He tracks 28 people in his pipeline currently. 7 are ready for proposals, 9 are in active consideration. But here's the sophisticated part. He doesn't just track them, he actively nurtures every single one. Instead of just following up, he provides value. Examples like, hey, I saw this trend affecting companies like yours. I thought you'd find it relevant. Instead of just checking in, he creates productive urgency. Hey, we're looking quite busy in Q4, and I wanted to make sure we can prioritize your project if you're moving forward. Another member keeps it really simple. He calls existing clients every few weeks, not selling, just checking what's coming up. The result? Clients appreciate the proactive approach and often mention projects they hadn't told him about yet. But the breakthrough happens when you implement decision acceleration. The third principle separates professionals from amateurs, getting people to yes or no as quickly as possible. One VBA member said, I don't care if it's a no, I want to know sooner, so it's not costing me energy and mind space. He creates urgency by being upfront about capacity. That week is looking extremely busy. If I could have a decision soon after our call tomorrow, that would be great. Here's the sophisticated part. When prospects delay decisions, he doesn't chase endlessly. He moves them into a different nurture track within the pipeline and focuses energy on people who are ready to move forward now. Another member discovered his client's approval threshold was $7,000 before needing to get approval from upstairs, and anything above that required multiple quotes. So when he had a $15,000 project, he asked, hey, should we just split this into 2 invoices so you don't need to get additional quotes? The client was grateful. It saved him hassle and he got the work immediately. When you combine clear pipeline definitions, systematic nurturing, and decision acceleration, something remarkable happens. Instead of feast or famine cycles, you create predictable revenue streams. And here's what changed for our members. One went from scattered Excel sheet tracking to an organized system showing exactly who needed to be followed up with and when. Another increased his conversion rate significantly simply by staying in consistent, valuable contact. You see, the difference isn't talent, it isn't creativity. It's having systems that turn your business from reactive into proactive. And here's the brutal truth. If you can't tell me right now how many people are actively in your pipeline and what stage they're at, you're flying blind. These are the kinds of strategic shifts we work on week in, week out inside the VBA Elite. Inside Elite, our clients get access to Synops, the AI-powered CRM and marketing engine we've built specifically for scaling video production companies. No more juggling spreadsheets, no more multiple platforms, no more cobbled together systems. Everything you need for pipeline management, client nurturing, systematic follow-up, all built specifically for how production companies actually work. If you'd like to know more about how we help video production companies build optimized businesses, head over to denlenny.com and click the links to see if it could work for you. But before you do that, here's the question I promised. Right now, without looking up anything, how many people are active in your sales pipeline? If you can't answer immediately, you've just found your next priority. The companies scaling past 250K a year don't have better creative skills. They have better business systems.